Hey my friend, hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about how to let go and detach to manifest 10 times faster. Yes, you can do much faster than you think. And there's actually the magic in our energy when we shift our energy, when we shift from the energy of attachment, being attached to certain outcomes, being attached to the need to control things, to fully surrender and trust the process that we're working on. A powerful change happens in our vibrational field, and today we'll be talking more about how to make that change, and you will feel it and you will know that it is happening. So the first thing is obviously identify clear and precise goals, whatever you're working on, whatever is that manifestation you're working on. That vision for the future, who you are in your future, what dreams you've already accomplished, and how it feels like when you're looking into your future. To see how it feels like, are the things that you're working on to manifest really, really important to you? Are those just certain goals you've been maybe influenced by your environment? Because, you know, sometimes we like to write down, I'm a millionaire, I have that amount of money, but you need to start somewhere, and for many people it's hard to believe those things. So we need to firstly set some goals which is much harder to believe in. So you need to start somewhere, start small, to see how fast you can manifest something, how fast certain synchronicities will appear in your life, and then move on and set bigger goals and bigger dreams. So see who you are in that vision of the future. And the most importantly, what I always say is to tap into your soul and find where you feel naturally drawn to, because that's your soul plan. That's what you have written in your soul already. And that's what is the life that is meant for you. Once we start walking that soul path, we tend to get everything we need in order to do more of that. For example, once I fully recognize that I want to make art which can inspire people, I want to bring a message through my art, message which can uplift people, I want to make these videos, I recognized that everything I was doing started growing really, really fast. So I was passionate about it, I am passionate about it, but most importantly I was and I am driven by my heart, by my soul. I feel inspired to do that work. I truly feel like I can maybe be a light here by doing what I'm doing. And I want you to find that within you, because it's more important than any goal. It's more important than anything else to firstly find where you feel naturally drawn to. Once you find that, you just design goals with that. You know, for example, if that's the case for you that you're an artist, then you design some goals like you're making that kind of amount of money every single month, you're selling your work that way, you're meeting this kind of people and so on. You design some goals, but core always needs to be that soul feeling that this is the thing you're here to do. And if you don't know how to do that, the easiest thing is to find that quietness, the inner quietness. In meditation, we just ask ourselves, what was the thing in our past we felt truly natural at doing that, and what we right now feel natural or naturally drawn to, where we feel naturally drawn to, where we feel kind of attracted to do more of. And sometimes we may experience certain negative thoughts like why it is not possible, and all those thoughts and beliefs and stories, those are the products of our environment. Just go with that feeling. And the good thing is that right now, as the energy is rising and we're moving through that great awakening, this feeling may be much stronger than ever before. More people are waking up to that soul feeling, why they are here at the first place. So in tune with that, to see what is that soul mission, that soul goal. What is the thing you feel naturally drawn to do? And that is the, you know, the pillar on which you are building your life, creating or designing your life. This is the pillar. All the goals will be designed around that pillar. And once you have it, and once you design goals about you know, finances, about health, about how you feel, about relationships, and the things you want to develop with that fundamental thing, you need to recognize, the second thing is, you need to recognize how you're attached to the outcome of getting there. Because need for attachment comes from vibration of lack. Often when we're thinking about our goals, we also recognize we're not there yet. So sometimes we experience that we need to start controlling things, we need to work really hard, we experience fear if it will not happen, what people will think, how many people will laugh at us if we fail. And maybe you will be happy once you have it, you will be loved and accepted once you have it. And you know, those are certain reasons why we tend to attach ourselves to those goals. But the true thing happens, really a miracle happens, once you recognize that the beauty is in trust. So how trust happens? Trust is something we develop. It's something we create by consistent repetition of doing what we can do, doing what is important to us, but at the same time knowing that our actions are planting seeds, and seeds will grow into those manifestations. When we develop trust, we create such a powerful vibration within our bodies that it starts attracting so many new results into our lives. And firstly, it starts with synchronicities. Then we start maybe dreaming about, you know, that those wanting things. We start seeing quotes or certain manifestation success stories all over the place. Suddenly, like, the universe is encouraging us, hey, keep up, you're changing your energy, you see, those are some proofs that you're doing a great job, so keep up with that. So we start seeing synchronicities. It is like the middle process. You start working on it, you start seeing synchronicities, and the purpose of synchronicities is to reassure you that you are actually doing a great job, so keep up with that. Then the third thing is that many limited beliefs will come up about why you can't do that, especially when you will not see any results. So when the limited beliefs come up, identify them, write them down, and question them from where they are coming from, usually from people around us, from people which never did what you're doing, and those people are the smartest when it comes to your dreams, right? Identify your limited beliefs and write them down, question them, and you will see how powerless they are, compared to how strong you are. Then the fourth thing, recognize what can and will you do to change your circumstances, because your life is your responsibility. You need to recognize what you can and will do to change your circumstances, because everything moves when you take action. And when you recognize, okay, you can write a plan, you can write those goals, you can remind yourself every single day about those goals, you can make of those goals short-term goals and long-term goals to organize your mind. And if you're a more analytical person, more often go into meditation to, you know, to relax yourself a little bit, to stop planning your life so much. Because for creative people, it's much easier, or it's much harder to plan your life, to organize your mind, and to set goals and to follow them. And for analytical people, it's much harder to be free, to trust, to surrender. So we need to recognize who we are and what is our weak spot, to work on it. Because the purpose is to create that beautiful balance between left part of the brain and the right part of the brain, to be analytical and be creative, and to be creative and be analytical, to find that balance, the sweet spot. And that's what we are learning. So it's a beautiful thing, but at the beginning it's maybe a bit harder to get there, but that's what you're learning. When it comes to manifestation, you're learning to find that balance, to trust and to work on, to trust and to plan, to take action and to relax and enjoy. So this is what we're working on. Recognize what can and will you do to change your circumstances. Design a plan and do the work that you can do. But never try to control things just because you don't see the results. Do what you can do. And when you stop, relax and enjoy your life, do something you love, to forget about your goals, to forget about what you're doing, and to fully just be in the present moment. Then the fifth thing is to catch yourself every time you start doubting, every time you start worrying, and release those emotions with grounding and gratitude. That's what helped me when I've started working on my journey when it comes to this YouTube channel and my art and my expression. When I couldn't see the results, I went outside on my bike. I love mountain biking. I went outside. That's where I forget about everything that I'm doing, and I fully relax myself into the present moment, and I enjoy myself just being there in nature. And also meditation. In meditation, I experience powerful realization. So whatever works for you, if that's working out, if that's going for long walks in nature, if that's meditation, do it. When you catch yourself worrying and doubting, don't let yourself stay stuck there, because those are the lower energies, and those energies usually make us to control things, to get back into our old habits, old patterns, and that's where most people quit. So we need to learn to ground our energy, because that's the time where we actually need to rejuvenate. We actually need to recharge our batteries. So go outside, do something you love, and fully recharge yourself. Then journal progress. The sixth thing, journal progress. Journal how you're evolving, how many things are changing in your life. Have you experienced some maybe new synchronicities? Have you started to feel better or differently? Have you started noticing more limited beliefs coming up, more negative stories or ideas why it's not possible? Have you noticed that maybe the direction where you feel naturally drawn to is changing? It's a natural process of evolution. More we are connected with our soul, or more we are aware of that connection, more we feel guided, more we feel like what we truly need to do, and the direction may change as you're moving on that timeline. But the most important thing is to recognize those changes, to journal the progress, to see how much you're evolving, to recognize the small things you're already manifesting. Often people attach themselves to goals, and if those things does not happen, they say, well, nothing happened. But what about all the small things that came to you? Like maybe some new people appeared which brought to you some new ideas which you've ignored because you've been so focused just on that one thing goal. What if your soul has something much bigger in store for you, but because you're so focused just on that one thing goal, you may miss all the wonder that is actually happening in your life. So that's why it is so important to be present and to be aware of what is happening in our lives and all the progress that is happening. It will help you to manifest things so much faster. And in your free time, as I mentioned before, do things you love to do, something which is not connected with that whatever you're working on. So for example, for me, I was in mountain biking for over 13 years. And when I've started working on my mission, when I truly got deep into it and I've started, learning to paint back at the time when I started working on that, I went all in and I was able to work on it all day long, but I recognized, well, I also need to do something else. I also need to recharge my batteries. I also need to remove myself from doing that, because sometimes we need to remove ourselves from everything we're doing to expand our perspective a little bit about how we're doing. Could we change anything? Could we learn something new? Could we, add up something, or could we remove something? That's why it is so important then having free time and doing something completely else, something we love to do. For some people it's hiking, for some people it's running, working out, cycling, mountain biking, swimming, going, traveling with friends, with your family, spending time with your family, doing some completely other things which will make you forget about your goals, forget about your manifestations. So you relax yourself. You recognize that at the first place is you, your evolution. Manifestations are the byproduct of the change that you're making within yourself. And this is, to me, truly, truly important. And the last thing, every single day you can do that. Before bed, visualize as you already have it and go to sleep with trust that results will find you at the best possible time. This is so powerful. Every time you go into bed, visualizing as you already have it, and you go to sleep with trust that results will find you. You develop the trust. It's not something you have. It's not something that, it's natural within you. You develop it. The same as you've developed fear by, through certain experiences, you develop trust. Trust into your dreams, trust into your vision of the future. And if the thing you are working on to manifest is really, really important, the trust will be much easier, because you know that it needs to happen, it will happen, and it will find you at the best possible time. So do it before you go into bed. For a few minutes, like 4 to 5 minutes, just visualize yourself already having it. Go into such a depth that you can feel the energy of it, the emotions of it. You feel, how would you feel if you would already have it, how it feels like. Try to touch it, see the colors, see the reflections, see the details. What's the structure of the thing you already have in that potential future, because that's where you're making that vibrational signal that as you already have it. And when we do it before our bed, when we go to sleep, our brain calms down and we stop analyzing our lives, what is present, what is not present, because everything is an illusion. And it's much easier at that time, especially before we go to sleep. Our brain is already in that creative alpha state where we are not analyzing our lives anymore. It's much easier to believe into the things you're dreaming about or thinking about. So it is a powerful practice. So my friends, I hope this video can help you to let go a little bit more, to detach a little bit more, and to manifest things faster. Remember, everything is a process and you are a work in progress. So every single day you're becoming more of yourself and less of the programs of society. And this is the process of detaching from the old programs, from the old paradigms, from the old limited ideas of how small and limited we are. And it's truly a process. So be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, and trust into yourself, because nobody can have a greater trust into you than yourself. So you need to develop that, and that's a beautiful relationship to work on. So my friends, this is it for today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day. Until next time, one love.